Welcome back to ShopDog-Garage. This is hopefully going to be a 67 Camaro video. Don't know what I'm doing today, but things have escalated to the point where I really need to start removing more of the interior. I don't know if you noticed, but some metal missing and an awful lot of black dust showing up. So it's time. I really didn't want to pull that center stack. I'm going to try to pull everything on the interior that I can, not the vintage air. If I don't have to pull that, I really don't want to. One, I don't want to monkey with the compressor and the lines, but two, that's a nightmare. That means draining all the coolant and everything. And at this point, I'm really hopeful that we're going to be able to keep the engine and trans in the car for everything that's happening. But also at this point, this car, it's probably got enough problems that it's not just going to be a tack a few pieces, respray, you know, and put it back. And if we're going to that much work, this car isn't going to be red. You know, originally a merino blue car, you know, might go back to a blue. We'll see. We'll see how this all goes. But either which way, I have got to get some interior pulled out of this. Also brought some zippies because up till now, when we thought it was just going to be a little bit, we kind of were putting stuff, you know, in trays and buckets, and suddenly this isn't going back together anytime soon. So it is time to start planning for the long haul, and we'll go from there. One thing you'll notice, those tensions without the deck lid there, you gotta hold them down, or they're going to be in your way. So, yeah, start pulling this out. We'll get door cards off. Start working on getting the center stack pulled. Yeah, we'll go from there. I'll bring you back in a few. Slowly getting stuff out of here and bagged up. It's going to take a few minutes. It's a little chilly in here, but, you know, I'll warm up. You can see, looks weird without that panel. This actually becomes part of the interior, that one panel. It's very interesting the way it's set up. And you'll note the trunk is not actually sealed. See that? And this. So the trunk, you wouldn't want to just throw a couple gas cans in there. It will get through. So that's interesting to note. I guess I'd never paid attention to that before. I knew that behind the seat wasn't sealed, and you put that cardboard and you tape it in. But it never dawned on me that it wasn't sealed up high either. That's good to know. Starting to be a little less in the car. Just got the seat belts pulled, getting ready to pull the seat rails. I think I'm going to mark them so that I remember which went where. Okay, we're slowly getting there. You can see there's a bundle of snakes going on in here. Really hope I don't have to pull wiring, but I do think I'm going to pull all the ducting and tape off the top of the vintage air unit. So we'll get there. And because one thing that's nice is I can take notes for the future. Okay, I just undid the glove box courtesy light. I'm going to go ahead and pop the courtesy light off of that. Coming around, I am going to mark which of these are which. In fact, see, that one isn't even used. I'm going to mark those on this controller because it's got those little linear pots, and try to get that unplugged. Should just be this cable right here. And pull that around. Because one of the things I want to get out of here is this, because if there is any bead blast or anything, like Harlan said, that's just going to get gummed all up. So I'm going to remove whatever I have to, but I really would like it to still start and move on its own. So we're getting creative here. Awful convenient being able to pull stuff straight up through this hole. We're getting there. One of the things is, and I'll probably change how we're doing it anyway. This is switch 1, switch 2 for the Dakota. Well, now they do those rockers, and those are a little nicer. So what I'm going to do, though, is come on here, and you can see I've got green is switch 1, and blue is switch 2, so I'll get those pulled so that I can pull those back through here. And then that gray, of course, is a ground. And there's another note. That side is this one. And then you got this V in the middle right here. That's the defroster vents. And then I'm assuming there's one way to the back that's going to be this vent. So let me get at it. Almost forgot. The one on the top up there obviously is a center. So the 2 far ones on the bottom are the side vents. That's the center vent. And those are dash vents for the defrost. Okay. You can see there's not a lot left going on there besides wires. Lots and lots and lots of wires. Yeah, this is the to do with cruise control when you hit the brake, because I've got LEDs so it doesn't pull it down. So you got to use that when you hit the brake to tell the Dakota to run cruise or to disable cruise. Yeah, haven't had to cut too much yet. That's always a good sign. Still adding up out here, bits and bobs, and we're starting to put things in boxes now. That's always a great sign. Things coming apart. There's no longer carpet. So, yeah, and of course to get those kick panels out, you got to pull the e-brake and fight the fuse box. So that was fun. But we got it. Slowly, slowly. So, door cards are out. When I go to pull glass before I pull doors, I'm going to have to hook up power. So, I'll wait on that for a little bit. So, that'll be my next trip. We'll get those, see the door card trims? I couldn't see them when I was over here, but I can see them there. You can see it's just some screws for the bright work at the top. And then these are never fun, these quarter windows. There's nothing fun about working in there. Pulling that glass isn't going to be fun. But we'll figure it out. This one, unfortunately, you can see I glued her back in. So there's a chance that I may damage this glass. If I do, then it won't be smoke going back. If I don't, then it is, because I already own it. But to do the paint, we really need this trim off, and we need this off. The worst part is, I bought all this trim years and years and years ago, and I changed this piece because it was apart. And I can't find that box of trim for the life of me. I found the glass, I cannot find that trim. It's somewhere. And how strange does that look? There's nothing. Apparently GM didn't even paint these or anything. They just went in. Never really paid attention to that before. You can see all the stuff that winds up sitting down in there.
Did you ever show them the old dash on the inside?
Well, yeah, they saw the dash. The dash didn't look too bad. Oh, God, you can see the repairs we had to make. When we bought this car years and years ago, it had a weird radio in it, and someone had like cut and bent these things out of the way. And then we wanted to put a regular looking radio in. So that's what we had to do, is kind of weld that up just to get the structure.
This doesn't
Forgot about it. No, it doesn't look that bad. Yeah, this is...
Oh, the bottom in this corner.
Yeah, we don't know what the heck all that is.
Under the dash,
So that leaked probably whenever they painted this red. And they said, it's leaking. So they smeared something in here. And I got to tell you, for the 10, 12 years I've owned the car, I never noticed. So that was, yeah, when we were driving to Springfield before the COVIDs. Yeah, who knows how it migrated, but right there on the dash, we were going pretty fast in a very heavy rainstorm, and water was spitting in across the dash, you know, right across right here. So it was literally like right in here, coming in under the window, and we're like, what the heck? You know? So, yeah, that was unusual. So that's kind of what started all of this, and now things are coming apart. And, I'm going to try to keep this so that it starts, runs, and drives as much and as long as possible, because that's the easiest way to move things sometimes. I do have to pull those turn signals at some point so we can get this valance off of here. It's only held on by a couple bolts and those lights, but that's going to have to get painted as well. Oh, so that's another 3-4. I have no idea what time it is, so probably 4 hours of putzing. I have no idea how long it took him to do this. This is crazy town. You can see he got out
2 long days.
He got out all this nastiness right here. And then, oh, because you're gonna butt weld those in.
Up and I ran out of belts.
Yeah, it turns out that is a great tool. You never know what's going to work and what isn't. That little finger sander, that's a great little tool. I think that's pretty slick. So, yeah, and then we pulled the trunk mat up, and I got to tell you, this floor didn't used to look bad. That happened under my watch, unfortunately. I think water must have got under that mat. And look, whoever painted it, because, you know, we didn't do that. Whoever painted it, I don't know what, actually, that's weird feeling paint, but
it wasn't.
You know, honestly, it could have been rusty under it, because when we bought the car and lifted the mat, it looked fine. Never ever lifted it again.
There wasn't any spray bomb Archer that did this?
No, I didn't even paint this. No, you lifted the mat, it looked fine. Never monkeyed with it. 5 million other things to do.
Must have been this corner you looked under.
Oh, I don't remember. I just remember we lifted the mat, everything looked fine, we moved on. Nah, I bet previous people painted it, and you know,
That's whole water.
That's the one downside. Is, like I said, this could have happened just because of, you know, water getting in since I've owned it. So yeah, I don't know what that hole is. Somebody drilled. No.
There's one up there too.
Ooh, somebody had some kind of bracket here.
Nitrous bottle.
No, there'd be a big hole for something else. Also, it'd be on that corner normally. Wait, you know, got to move your battery. Everybody puts the battery in the trunk where it's inconvenient. You know. Yeah. Hey, you quit picking at the wiring. There's nothing wrong with it.
In that hole.
Well, there was enough ground in that hole.
No grommet in that hole.
In a hole? Oh, that... what is that? That's weird. There was a grommet in that hole. Huh. Yeah, see, this one's here. Oh. No. Oh, the wire. Yeah, look. See? This one still has its grommet. Where did that go? Huh. Well, sometimes things vaporize. Yeah, see, that one still has it.
Oh, that's one.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's attached to wire and it pulls back up through.
Give it a pull.
No, I got to take it all apart anyway, because that's in the tail pan. It's a really terrible spot too. Yeah, that same hole is right over here too, so that's planned. Don't know what those were for. Yeah. No, there's no chrome trim in here. Anyway, that's going to wrap up another 67 Camaro video. There'll be a few more of these over time. So, anyway, thanks for watching.